Thank you for that question very much. Yes, I do feel that people of low income, regardless of color, are susceptible to these effects even more of sleep loss. And the reason I say that is some of us are able to wake up and roll out of bed and join a Zoom meeting, but some of us can't. Some of us have to be at work, essential workers, for example, at 6 a.m., 6:30, 7 a.m. when it's pitch dark outside. And that really puts a burden on people who can't control their hours. And that's, to me, that and the students are the two groups that are most vulnerable to it being dark in the morning, because they they don't get as much sleep at night, because, as I said, you need that light to synchronize your rhythms. And there's also this concept I mentioned in my statement called circadian misalignment, where when you're trying to go somewhere in pitch black and you're turning on artificial lights and you're trying to drive somewhere to get to your job, that's where we start seeing obesity, cancer, all these whole hosts of detrimental effects. And people who can't control their hours, like those who have lower socioeconomic, potentially some racial differences as well, are going to be more susceptible to those health effects. So they're quite vulnerable.
So would you elaborate on the changing time and the negative effects on the mental health conditions of our citizens of our nation? Specifically, is the changing time responsible for producing or exacerbating any mental health symptoms or illnesses?
Yes, and again, I want to say mental health is a complicated thing. It's not just one thing, but there is literature to support that depression and other mental health issues, ADHD, are affected by not having proper sleep. And we know that the idea of permanent standard time would maximize sleep. It's the right choice for sleep. And everything else, all those health benefits would then follow from adapting the permanent standard time.
So does the lack of sleep, does that in any way hamper your ability to cope with the normal, what one might consider stress or exacerbated stress in one's life?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, we all know how we feel when we're sleep deprived. We're more apt to send that email we'll regret later. I've just experienced sleep deprivation the last few days because I've been working to get this brief done and testify today. And it reminded me how when I don't get my 7 to 8 hours of sleep, how I just don't feel like I'm fully on my game. And that affects mood, that affects irritability, that affects how we talk to each other as American citizens. So I'm a huge advocate. That's why I'm a sleep specialist in getting enough sleep. And again, that permanent standard time would promote more sleep for most of us.
And my last question, I only have a few seconds. Is your calendar open for about 400 members of Congress to be your patients?
Absolutely. We'll accommodate you all.
Thank you. You're back, Mr. Chairman.